Hello everyone, and today we are going to talk about the relevance of BI with AI, why we even need it, how Tableau uses supervised and unsupervised learning with demo. Slides credit goes to Sai Krishnan, and you can find the slide at YouTube description below. Today everybody is talking about AI with BI. You will get tons of blogs talking about the same. Before we move further, let us try to describe the four different types of analytics over there with a simple example. Suppose you are facing a medical problem and you went to doctor. Initially, you will describe the problem so that that information will be valuable for the doctor to diagnose your health. For example, if you have bad habit of taking tobacco, first you will describe your problem and doctor will diagnose it. He can do predictive analysis by warning you that if you don't leave it, you may have to face or suffer with unwanted oral diseases. Or on the positive side, if you control yourself, follow the rules and regulation, take care of your health, then what will happen? Both the ways he can predict. Last but not the least, how can we make it happen? Prescriptive analysis, there will be always prescription at the end where he will give you some medicines and also he will ask you to follow certain guidelines that can be with respect to food habit. Imagine if doctor just stop at diagnostic analytics. He won't predict anything, he won't prescribe anything. You will definitely get disappointed because that's not a complete analysis, and that's the problem today we are facing. If you go back, even if you see your own projects, or even if you talk about the general or say public dashboard available, in most of these stories you will see descriptive and diagnostic analytics at most. What is missing is prescriptive and predictive analytics. So if I show you one of my stories, this particular dashboard shows regional sales analysis where you can clearly see that what is happening, why it is happening. Predictive analysis or say prescriptive analysis is missing. I'm taking you to one of my other dashboard which can track the system failures days, and if I focus on a particular day, for example this day, and try to further drill down and go to the details. Now if I go to the details, it will show me the problematic sensors like this, but it won't show me that why it is happening and what we can do to avoid it in the future. However, I can show you one of the dashboards where I did prescriptive analytics. For example, this one where this is a particular page especially for the drivers so that they can just put any number over there, site like 2 kilometer. If I press enter over there, then it will show the potential customers for that driver in orange color so that he can take the proper direction. So a driver can easily see and he will take the best route, so he will go in the straight direction instead of going towards the left which is going to the river. That's the prescriptive analytics over here, and you might agree with me that this is something which is missing in most of our stories. While business intelligence combines business analytics, data mining, data visualization, data tools and infrastructure along with best practices, that will help organization to make more data driven decisions. And when it comes to the future of business intelligence, well, as you can see, BI and AI are inseparable. The term AI was first heard around 1956 by John McCarthy, who said this is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. So this is a technology which will act like human by continuous learning. We're going to talk about that later. And it will come up with its own conclusion. It can understand the complex content. ChatGPT is a great example. You can get answers for your complex questions, and even I got surprised. It can even have natural conversation. You might have already seen that.
Are robots capable of dying?
Well, robots don't technically die. We can certainly be turned off or deactivated, so I guess you could say that's the closest thing to death for us.
So let's talk about the two main types of machine learning styles. One is supervised and the another one is unsupervised. In supervised learning, training data comes with answers called labels. When you grow up as a child, you are constantly under the supervision of your parents. So you already know under which circumstances your father will be happy, under which circumstances your mother will be happy. You know that your brother likes Shah Rukh Khan, so it is more likely to come to a movie where Shah Rukh Khan is the leading actor. So with that trained data that you have, you are in a position to predict the answers as yes or no as per the condition, because you already know, you already have enough data with you. So if you have got 80% mark, your brother got 75 and your sister got 65%, so you already know that your parents will say yes to a party. Some of the real life examples of supervised learning models are predict whether a customer is likely to be lost to competitor, tag objects in a given image, and the more common one, determine whether an incoming email is spam or not. So in this case, you already have tons of customers data, tons of images, and tons of incoming email sample that will help you to determine relevant prediction in each of the case over there. Regression models will also come under supervised learning models, and Tableau forecasting is the prime example of the same. Let me give you a short demo. As you can see, this is R&D Dubai Taxi Corporation again. We are interested to forecast based on the data that we have over the duration of 3 months. In order to forecast, I'll just go to the last data point, right click there and go to forecast, show forecast, and here you go. The forecast that you see over there is a byproduct of the supervised model. So in short, supervised learning does make use of labels to operate predictive model in order to get expected label. Now let's jump over to the unsupervised learning. You can notice that there is no room for labels over there. Now imagine, now you have left the home, you have joined a college, you are living in a hostel. Now you are unsupervised. Now you are not trained to know the behavior of your colleagues or the other students over there. You just can't predict anything. They all are new for you. The first and foremost thing that you will do over there is to create groups. That can be on the basis of class, sports, dance, and sometimes location as well. You make groups. So in this case, you are not under the influence of any label, but still you can discover many insightful trends. For example, a lot of people coming for dancing are also joining drama sessions as well. And that's what the whole story is. Training data comes without labels, and the goal is to group data into different categories based on similarities. For example, segment cluster customers into different groups. Classic example of market basket analysis. It is a modeling technique based on the theory that if you buy a certain group of items, you are more likely to purchase another group of items. So you get very insightful information like this. A customers who buy children's cutlery space boy also purchase children's cutlery dolly girl, and the customer who buy an alarm clock in one color also purchase an alarm clock in another color. So what insight that you got? You recommend to the site owners to offer bundle deals on gender specific cutlery as well as offer multicolor alarm clock bundles. Such insight will really help them to increase their sales. This is just coming out of unsupervised learning. Basically, with the data items, you have just grouped the item together which are in a way related to each other. Other examples are organize a collection of documents based on their content and make recommendation for products. I'm sure you would have seen recommendations on Amazon or say YouTube based on your taste without any labeling. Because some of the recommended videos will be there and you will really like those videos, but you never knew about those videos. So let me show you one use case of unsupervised learning with Tableau where we are making use of clustering or grouping. Right now you see a scatter plot based on the measures profit and sales, and the level of granularity is at customer ID level. Now I go to the analytics pane and double click on cluster, and here you go. So according to the given variables profit and sales, we have three clusters over there, which makes sense to me because these are customers with high profit ratio, and it makes sense to be in the same cluster because these two particular customers are way ahead of any other customer. It's like Tableau and Power BI. If relevant, you can always bring more element to the variables over there. For example, if you think discount makes sense to be one of the variables over there, and you can see there is a slight modification in terms of number of clusters over there. However, this cluster remains intact. I hope this session was useful for you, and I see you again very soon. Tata, bye bye.